Hi, this is Marianne Cadorna for DanvilleRadio.com. I'm here with none other than the most honorable Mayor, Candace Andersen, Mayor of the town of Danville. And I am here, privileged to be here with you today to help promote her running for County Supervisor District 2. And why would I be doing that? Because not only is she a wonderful person, a wonderful mom, and a wonderful mayor, but she's also supported by the retiring County District 2 Supervisor Gail Alkema. She's also endorsed by the entire City Council of Danville, and she's had 10 years in City Council experience. And not only that, oh my gosh, she was a practicing attorney who set that aside to do the most important job as a mom, which is to raise her family, but serving the community at the same time. And with that being said, I really want to help promote Mayor Candace Andersen and her run for District 2 Supervisor. She's your #1 vote for District 2. But why would I also do that? All her points have been very important, but this one I think is the most important for all of us in our living, which is protecting our quality of life.
Absolutely. We have in District 2, and in case anyone doesn't know what District 2 is, let me tell you, it is San Ramon, Danville, Alamo, corner of Walnut Creek, the Rossmore, a little bit of the downtown, and then Lafayette, Moraga, and Orinda. And District 2, to me, has an exceptional quality of life, unparalleled probably to any other area of the Bay Area, where we have such beautiful hillsides, open space, wonderful parks, and amazing schools. And to me, as a supervisor, just as I've done as mayor, I want to protect our quality of life. I want to continue to forge the partnerships that I've developed with our schools. San Ramon Valley Unified School District, interestingly, the entire school board but one member who is not able to endorse because of his job have all endorsed me as well. The San Ramon City Council, all of them but their newest member, have also endorsed me because we've developed these working relationships where we understand how we need to protect the quality of life. I think a good example is the Tassajara Valley, where voters last year in San Ramon made it very clear that they did not want to extend their urban growth boundary. They did not want to see the Tassajara Valley developed yet. Danville voters also felt the same way. And so it's very important to have a leader who will say, that's what the voters want. Let's protect that open space. Let's promote building, but let's promote building in the right places at the right time. And I look around Danville and I see the projects that I've had the privilege of approving since being on the town council, and in all of them we take very much care to ensure that we keep a lot of open space, where we might just build on the valley floor but leave hillsides open. We have a very strict hillside ordinance, and so when you look at our western hills, you don't see houses, you see trees, you see vegetation, and houses are up there but they're very well screened, and they're built in such a way as to not jeopardize the beauty and the quality of our community as well. And we have great partnerships in each community with the schools, where we share parkland. We work together in our Street Smarts traffic safety program. We work to ease congestion with our traffic school buses that show up around town. And more importantly is we work regionally to solve transportation and traffic problems. All of us utilize 680, 580, 24, and it can be a traffic nightmare. Yes. But something I've had the privilege of doing, because I've been on a city council, of working on boards and commissions with other city council members, with county supervisors, to come up with solutions that work. And looking at, too, anytime you have regional committees making decisions, you always have to remember the importance of local control, of local city councils being ultimately responsible for where the tax dollars should go. And that's something where, particularly in the La Morinda area, they have serious challenges with their roads. And I want to make sure that they get their tax dollars back so they can decide how they want to fix their roads. I want to make sure that San Ramon and Danville are the ones that ultimately make land use decisions with regarding the Tassajara Valley. If the urban limit line is ever moved, if the urban growth boundary is ever changed, it should be those two cities, not the county, making land use decisions that affect our citizens here. And so as supervisor, I see a tremendous role that I can play to help the cities keep their autonomy, to help the elected leaders of each city get the revenue they need for the improvements for infrastructure, and at the same time make good regional decisions that will also facilitate that.
Well, this is a wonderful county. You'll have a wonderful representative here. And this county is greener and cleaner because of your policies and politicians such as yourself.
Well, and we have done some wonderful, wonderful sustainability efforts. And as I always say to anyone who wants to talk about global warming or anything, I say, you know what, you don't have to decide whether or not you believe in global warming. We all need to be good stewards of our community and our environment. And so as we look at imposing regulations for sustainability, for the environment, I always say we need to balance the good that this measure will have on the environment versus how it will affect our businesses, the expense. And you need to balance that. You need to be realistic in how you implement those. And as mayor and as a council member, I've had the privilege of working with Sustainable Danville. Fine group of volunteers who are out there making a difference, coming up with good ideas of how we can be more sustainable as a community. We just finished working with them on a bike parking study. So that more bike parking areas downtown so that people going to street events, coming to our downtown, can ride their bikes.
On the Iron Horse Trail.
On the Iron Horse Trail. And how many of you know that Danville has its own trail master plan? Our goal is to have enough trails that are interconnected that from anywhere in any of our neighborhoods you could ride your bike to the downtown. I've been working with the Street Smarts Traffic Safety Committee to work on more safe routes to school. We have programs that encourage students to walk, ride their bikes, ride their scooters to school in a safe way. We have walking pods where one mom, instead of driving a carpool, might drive her walking pod pool. Instead, where one parent each day will help young children walk to school or ride their bikes to school. And there's and it's a fun way where you can be a little green without being inconvenienced in the process. And of course, you're much healthier in the process as well.
Well, I think it's comprehensive then, because the quality of life is also providing opportunities for people to utilize environmentally safe or environmentally friendly living practices. And to me, that really is what you're doing.
There are so many ways. Even a few years ago, we reduced our fees for solar so we could encourage more people to embrace that technology. In fact, we as a town will also be creating our own little solar field just over our corporation yard where no one will really notice it, but where we can utilize that energy savings for the community. Danville has its own sustainability plan where we have in place, it's going to be approved as part of our general plan update, of just the measures we're taking. Just very simple measures that are very cost effective to ensure that we are protecting the environment for the next generation.
Well, I don't think there's any other vote that you need to cast except for Candace Andersen, Contra Costa County District 2 Supervisor, because the model for her policies are right here in Danville, and she wants to implement these county-wide for District 2 to be able to embrace the wonderful effects that your policies have created for the town of Danville. Is that not true?
Absolutely. Experience matters in this race, and that's something I was speaking with my good friend Gail Olkema just over the weekend, and she said to me, experience matters. It really does. Gail herself came from serving on the Lafayette City Council before she joined the Board of Supervisors, and she recognized how that training made it so much easier for her to work on the Board of Supervisors. As I've mentioned too, when you serve on a town council, a city council, you also work on county commissions. And so many of the county boards and commissions that I currently serve on as a council member, as a mayor, I will also be serving on as your next supervisor. And so I bring that experience as well, and I bring the ability to work so well collaboratively with other city councils. I'm already working with them on so many areas, and that's very important role of the supervisor, is having that good collaborative interaction with the cities and recognizing again their autonomy, their leadership over their own communities, and being there to facilitate and help.
Well, I want to share with the viewer that DanvilleRadio.com is my baby. It was born in the labor room of volunteering. But why? Because it was Danville and I said I do to each other. It was a marriage of values. And that touches my heart very much, because today you are witnessing one of the wonderful leaders, great leaders of the town of Danville, and why it is a marriage of values. The value to stop pension abuse, the value to improve public safety, the value to provide support for businesses and create jobs, and the value to protect the quality of life. Mayor Candace Andersen, I want to thank you for the privilege of this interview.
Oh, well, thank you, Marianne. The honor is mine. You've just been delightful to talk to this morning. Thank you.
And if you haven't decided yet, now remember, change is remote if you don't vote. So cast your vote for Mayor Candace Andersen. She's your #1 vote for County Supervisor to District 2. This is Marianne Cadorna for Danville Radio signing off. Thank you, Mayor Candace.
Thank you so much, Marianne.
You're welcome. Thank you for watching.